There is a specific kind of pain that comes from being told you are finished before you even feel like you have started. Imagine being an American sweetheart. You are on top of the world. You are holding an Oscar and everyone loves you. But then something shifts. The phone stopped ringing. This happened to a beloved star, Reese Witherspoon. In 2012, Reese Witherspoon opened a magazine, The New Yorker, the one that she respected the most, and saw her name. It wasn't an article praising her Oscar win. It wasn't a list of best actresses. It was a list of stars who were washed up. She was 36. Imagine that. You have spent your entire life mastering a craft and the world decides you are expired, you are done. So she wasn't just losing roles, she was losing her relevance. The industry she had given her whole life to had decided she was done. She was in the dead zone. And by that time, she could have retired. She had the money, she had the fame. She could have gone home, raised her kids, and lived a comfortable life, fading into the background. And most people would have. It's safer that way. It's safer to fade away than to fight for a seat at the table that doesn't want you. But Reese didn't want a seat. She wanted to own the building. So Reese realized that waiting for a good script was a trap. The script for women her age were terrible. Usually, it's about the worried wife or the mean girlfriend. And she complained about this to her husband at the time. And he said something that changed her life. He said, "You know, honey, if you cannot find your good roles, why don't you just make them yourself?" It sounded crazy because she was an actress, not a studio executive. She didn't know how to produce. But guess what? She had one advantage. She was a voracious reader. While the studio heads were playing golf, enjoying life, Reese was reading manuscripts. So in 2012, a manuscript landed on her desk. It was a dark, twisted thriller about a missing wife. It hadn't been published yet. Nobody knew if it would be a hit. But Reese, as a reader, felt it in her gut. She took her own money, millions of dollars, and outbid the major studios to buy the rights to the book. And that book was Gone Girl. At first, everyone thought it was a vanity project. But then Gone Girl made $369 million at the box office. She wasn't just buying a book, she was actually buying her freedom. Then she did it again with the book Wild. But the real test was actually her TV show. She found a book called Big Little Lies. She wanted to make it a show, but then the network laughed at her. And they said, "Women don't watch shows about women." But Reese didn't listen. She partnered with Nicole Kidman, produced it herself. She proved that the niche audience, like women who wanted complex, real, and messy story, wasn't actually a niche. It was a gold mine. It became a global phenomenon. Suddenly, the same executives who called her washed up were now begging for meetings with her. But now, the dynamic had flipped. She wasn't walking into their office asking for a job. They were walking into her office asking for permission. Reese didn't just stop at making movies. She realized she had built something more valuable than fame. She had built a library. She formalized her companies, Hello Sunshine, you can check it out. She built a brand that stood for something, women's stories. In 2021, the final act of this story played out. A private equity firm approached her. They saw what she had built and they didn't pay her an actress salary. They bought Hello Sunshine for 900 million US dollars. Think about it. The rejection was the fuel. The dead zone was where she found her power. She didn't become a billionaire by being the best actress. She won because she stopped trying to be an employee in someone else's story and became the CEO of her own. So there you have it. The woman who was washed up at 36 became the richest self-made actress in the world at the age of 45. Reese's story isn't just about Hollywood. It's not just about being an actress, but it is a lesson for anyone who feels stuck or undervalued. Here are the 3 takeaways we can apply to our own life. Number 1, if they won't give you a seat, build your own damn table. Reese stopped asking for permission. She used her own capitals to buy the assets. Of course, we don't have millions of dollars like her, but we have our own asset. And use that asset to buy another asset. And then that is the way, because ownership is the only path to true freedom. Number 2, your expiration date is a myth. The industry said her age was a liability. She turned it into an asset by telling stories specifically for mature women, a market that everyone else ignored. Number 3, knowledge is power. Reese beat the studio because she read the books first. She did the homework. Success often comes simply from being more prepared than the competition. It is never too late to rewrite your script. I'm telling you this story not because I want you to be Reese Witherspoon. I'm telling you this because I know there is a part of you that feels like it's too late. Maybe you have taken a break from your career. Maybe you are starting over. Maybe someone told you that your best years are behind you. Reese teaches one undeniable truth. You are only washed up if you agree to be. Your gap years are not empty. They are your preparation. Your rejection is not a stop sign. It is a redirection towards something you own. So if you are standing on the edge of a new chapter, terrified to jump, remember the washed up actress who built $1 billion empire? Don't wait to be picked up. Pick yourself up. If you are ready to start your next chapter, subscribe to the channel and I'll see you again in the next video. Goodbye.